How are you guys doing? It's Andrew at FloryPB. This is going to be the operations manual for the Matrix LCD frame board. This is the one with 2 buttons for this style frame with 2 buttonholes and an eye hole. So this is the only difference between the LED boards and the LCD boards is the amount of buttons and the amount of holes that's in the frame. So if you have the 2 button board, turn it on with the top button. I'm in eyes on mode right now. I'm using the die eyes or the Gen E eyes, the big set of 4-pin. I could use DM4 eyes as well. When it's green, the breech is clear. When it's blue, the breech is full and ready to fire. If you fire once and there's no, it doesn't see the ball or the ball clear, it will go into eye malfunction mode where it will blink. And that's true for the DM4 eyes, the die Gen E eye, the 4-pin, but not the TMC eye. The TMC eye is a little older setup. Let's see if I can do this. Take my word for it, or if you don't believe me, watch the LED install video or the LED video. The LED matrix board video, because I'm doing that matrix in it. So the TMC eyes, they don't have an eye malfunction mode, just nature of how they are, but they do work as eyes. So if you want to turn the eyes off, you press the bottom button. That's eyes off mode. It's blinking green. You can turn the eyes back on with the bottom button. Turn the marker on and off with the top button. Next thing I want to go over is our dip switches. We have 4 dip switches. Okay. Let me get up here. Come on. Okay. So we have 4 dip switches right here. Dip switch 1 is our anti-bolt stick. This is a matrix. I leave it up and on to have anti-bolt stick enabled. Dip switch 2 is our eyes on. Oops, sorry. Dip switch 2 is our eyes on or off mode. If it's up, it starts with eyes on. If you flip it down and you have a blind matrix, it starts in eyes off mode, so you don't have to turn the eyes off. Dip switch 3 is a rate of fire control. Just leave it on. Dip switch 4 is if it's up like this, we're in programming mode. If you switch it down, that was 3. Let me just pull off that. That's just capped on tape, so it doesn't get overheated when it gets soldered on. Dip switch 4, if we flick it down, if I can do this. There we go. Wow, that was hard. Dip switch 4 is our tournament lock. So down is we're in tournament lock. When we're in tournament lock, we can check our battery level by holding the trigger, turning it on, and watching the flashes. 3, 4. 4 flashes means we have a full battery. 3 flashes, 3/4. 2 flashes, half a battery. 1 flash, the battery's almost dead. 4 shot again. We're going to turn dip switch 4 back up to programming mode. I'm going to turn dip switch 2 down to show you eyes off mode to start. And this is kind of a stealth LED mode. The LED goes out because I don't want it blinking. It wastes battery. This saves battery if you don't need it. It flashes a little bit when you actually pull the trigger. And if you want to go into eyes on mode, you just hold this, and now you're back into eyes on mode. Goes back to traditional eyes off mode. But if you turn the marker on and off, it starts out in the stealth eyes off mode. Flashes red to tell you it's turning off when you do that. So let's do the trigger programming now. Hold the trigger, turn the marker on, and hold the trigger till the light flashes. Let go. Our first setting is green. This is our dwell. Our dwell is set to 18. It goes from 1 to 35 milliseconds. Next is red. Red is our rate of fire. It's preset to 10. You can program it anywhere from 1 to 40. Next is purple. This is our anti-mechanical bounce. It's preset to 2 milliseconds. If you're pulling the trigger slow and like semi or something like that and you're getting bounce, you can up this to eliminate that. Next is teal. It's not looking great on this camera right now. I'm sorry about that. But teal is our ball and breach delay. So that's how long it takes when a paintball drops in and breaks the eyes before it lets the marker fire. It's preset to 1 millisecond. If you have a slow hopper or paint that you don't like or something like that, you can raise that to be a little slower on the paint when you're going through. That's half a millisecond increments. The following mode is our yellow fire. This is yellow. This is our next color. It's not coming out great on video, but it looks really yellow by eye. This is our fire mode. We have 4 fire modes. 1 is semi, 2 is full auto, 3 is legal NXL at any fire rate that you want, that you set it at, and 4 is just a ramp mode. Next setting is white. This is our incremental balls per second. So this is when you want to add 0.1 to 0.9. So 10.1, 10.2, 10.3, or whatever base number plus your incremental balls per second. The final mode is our blue, which is debounce. It's set to 5. If you're shooting semi and you're getting bounce, you can raise it. If you want to bounce more, you can lower it. Be my guest. To change the setting, let's change the anti-mechanical bounce setting. You hold the trigger till the light goes out. Now you can change the setting. 5 clicks, I changed it to 5 milliseconds. Light flashes through. If you want to check a setting before you change it to see what it's set at, you just hold the trigger and count the lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put that back to 2. Let it cycle, and you're good. If you want to exit program mode, just turn the marker off. And when you turn it back on, you are back into play mode. And that is the operations manual for the FloryPB Matrix LCD frame board. Thank you, guys.